Here's the 5 biggest mistakes I see home buyers making every single day. With all the information going out there, the TikTok advice, the uncle who bought a house 25 years ago, everybody wants to seem to give you an opinion on what you need to do and how you need to go about purchasing a home. Well, here I am. I'm going to give you the best advice I can as a loan officer who's been in the business for almost a decade. The first thing that buyers do that I think hurts them significantly, and we talked about this before, is buying at the top of their approved amount. So pre-approval is up to $500,000. You buy for $499,900. Everybody's like, oh great, I'm approved. But the reality is that really pushes your qualification. It pushes your payment and your comfortability long term. Like I've spoken about before, it's not just your mortgage that you're taking on. You have your house payment, your car payments, you got gas, you have utilities, you got any loans, credit cards, going out to eat, feeding your family at home. There's a million expenses that come up when it comes to life today. So to push your approval amount to the highest may hurt you long term because it's just gonna keep that budget tight, okay? That's number one. Number two, and this one is a big one, especially in like today's society, is people obsessing over the interest rate over everything else. Take a look at the full strategy and the full picture of your scenario, okay? Interest rate, yes, it makes a big difference, especially over the course of 30 years. But the reality is you're not gonna be in this loan or home more than likely for 30 years. You know, the average family refinances or changes something about their mortgage every 5 to 7 years. So the reality is if you're sitting here talking about the lowest rate, paying all these points, you have to look at the big picture. What is the rate of return on those points, right? Let's say it's gonna cost you an extra $10,000 to save $100 a month. Yes, over 30 years, that's gonna make a difference. But in the meantime, it's gonna take you a long time to recoup those points when in reality, there's a high chance that you're gonna refinance before that even happens. So don't always chase the rate. It's not the most important. Look at the structure. Look at your down payment amount. Look at different loan options. All of those things play a huge, huge role on top of the interest rate. It's only a small piece and people just get obsessed over it. Give me a call. Let's go over those options and those structures and those rates. We can go over examples and see what makes sense for you in your individual situation and budget. Here's one that kind of goes back with maxing out your approval. Well, with the max out approval, a lot of times people max out how much cash they have on hand. You know, they're approved for $500,000 and with 5% down, and all they have is $25,000, or all they have is $30,000. So between their down payment and closing costs at 5% down, they don't have any money left. Now what's gonna happen? You gotta furnish the house. If you need to do any renovations to the house, you don't have any money. So then what happens? You take on debt, typically bad debt, whether it's credit cards, personal loans, whatever it may be. You're gonna take out additional debt if you have no reserves. Try and set aside money for reserves so you can put yourself in a situation to be comfortable after you purchase the home. Nobody likes being house poor. Keep that in mind. Here's a big one that's more on the lending side is don't make any big financial decisions or purchases while you're in process. People will get excited over a new home, so they go get a new car to put in the driveway. Well, you definitely don't want to do that in process because that new car is going to come with a new car payment. And unless it's lower than your existing car payment, it may affect your entire qualification, right? If you're purchasing at the limit of your approval and now you are increasing your car payment by $200 a month, you may be in a situation where now you don't qualify and you can't get into the home because you decided to buy a car. Take that into consideration. It makes a big, big difference. At the same time, when you take out a car, don't co-sign for anybody. Don't take out any personal loans. Don't hurt your credit in the meantime. You know, all of those things play a big difference while you're in process. Don't mess that up. And another one is quit taking advice from the wrong people. I know you love your dad, okay? I know you love your aunt, and I know you love your neighbor, okay? And it's great that they want to help you. But the reality is, unless they're in this business and doing this all the time, what they know may be outdated. I'm not saying they're wrong, but it may be outdated. It may be strategy that they used 20 years ago to buy a house. Every market is different. Trust the people that are in your corner, your real estate professional, your lender. And then if you still want advice from your parents, you go ahead and you ask them. But the reality is you don't talk to your mom and dad after you get advice from an attorney. You don't talk to your mom and dad after you get advice from a doctor or a CPA. And I'm not saying don't talk to them about it. And I'm not trying to say like they're not valid or their opinions aren't valid. But what I'm saying is take that into consideration. We're experts in our craft. You already trust us to get into the process. Let us do what we do and advise you the best way possible because that's what we're here for. That's what separates us from everybody else. You know, I've said this before. We take a very consultative approach to the process. So we're going to learn the whole thing. We're going to try and understand your scenario and give you the best advice we can from a consultant point of view. That being said, don't take advice from the wrong people because your Uncle John who bought a house 45 years ago doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Most problems in mortgages don't come with bad intentions. Mistakes happen, things happen. Give me a call. Let's go through your options. Let's go through your scenario and I'll give you that breakdown. We'll go through the process from start to finish, what happens before, during, and after the process. And just to make sure that when you go into the market, you're looking to buy a home, you're excited, you're not scared, you know everything that's going on, and you're ready to get this process done quickly and smoothly. I got a video up here. Click it. It's more advice, more things that I can help with. And if you have anything, always give me a call. I'll talk to you soon.